small test. Literally a million times better. And another day in paradise. Hi YouTube, I'm that girl biker and I'm just out here living my bike life and taking you guys along for the ride. So stick around because it's never boring on two wheels. Although this might be a little bit boring because we are going to be cleaning bike leathers today. Just remember, as always, my videos are not a how-to, they're a how not to. So keys in, clutch out, and let's go. So this is what I'm going to be tackling today. We've got my one piece, my jacket, and my boots. Now I don't clean that often, and when I say that often, I probably clean my leathers once a year, and we're at that time of year. Look at you guys. The one piece, a few fly splatters. I don't know if it's picking it up. There's a bit of discoloration on the white. Nothing major. The jacket is a little bit mankier. I've got some real mank there. Lots of flies, obviously. And the boots are just looking a bit sort of mud dusty, a little bit janky. So we're going to clean the outsides and then I'll show you how to clean the insides, because some jackets and one pieces have detachable liners. That doesn't, and I've been riding that all through summer, so it doesn't smell like roses, if I'm honest. So we're going to give the inside a bit of a clean as well. But we're going to clean the outside first. Get yourself some warm water, a cloth, and some powder. So this is just washing detergent powder. If you don't have any of that, literally a drop of washing up liquid should do it. And then I've got what I finished with, which is the Renapo, if I'm saying that right, Renapo, leather balsam, which is just like a finisher, and it just helps put the goodness back in. So let's get crack-a-lacking. Don't have all day to stand and talk. Now there's always controversy in the bike world of how you should and how you should not do anything. This is actually how I was told years ago, many years ago, by someone who makes motorcycle leathers. And this is what I've stuck by ever since, and it's been absolutely fine. So this suit is a Tractech Evo 2, just to give you a gauge on how old it is. And it's absolutely spot on. The leather's not deteriorated, it's not got a film or anything, and that's just from using this. So I get a little tub of warm water, whether it's bowl, tub, whatever you've got, and your detergent powder. So I literally use, I put it in my hand, that much. So the tiniest little bit. Put that in, give it a swirl, wait until it's dissolved, and you are good to go. Get a cloth. Microfiber I find is like the softest one to use on leather. Get it all soaked in. Now a lot of people say you shouldn't use water on leathers, and they are absolutely correct. Don't drench it. So that's well wrung out. And we're just going to rub-a-dub-dub. And that's just brought that bit straight up. So that's obviously a very, very mild solution. I would just rather give it an extra scrub and use a little bit more effort than to make that stronger. If you know what I mean, jelly bean. Now I don't know if the camera will actually pick this up. Have a look. So that's your clean side. Oh yeah, you can tell. That's your clean side, that's your mucky side. So I've literally just done this V, that where it goes down to the black. Don't forget to lift up like your tabs across the collar and scrub under there as well. Change your water regularly. If your water's going murky, change it. I've just noticed I haven't even cleaned that little bit here. Now I am going to be painting these leathers, the one piece. So I've always wanted sort of my own unique set of leathers. However, I don't have the pennies to go spending all of that on a custom suit. So we are going to be DIYing it. But do you know what? I'm pretty creative. I'm pretty good at things like that. So I think that'll turn out quite cool. And of course, you guys will be coming along with me, which is exciting. I did try and custom these myself a bit. When was it? About 3 years ago. I put the That Girl biker on the back. It has obviously worn off and got a little bit tatty and all that fun stuff, but that was bound to happen. I knew that was going to happen. It was just a temporary thing. Oh, I didn't realise these were that dirty. The white was grey. I like this suit. It doesn't fit well, but it's incredibly comfy. It's got plenty and plenty of armour, like proper big chunky armour, which is way too big for my little shoulders, but we make it work. There is a little bit of staining on this actually. And I think that's just from wearing sort of my hoodies and my jackets and stuff on top. And it's just dyed it. You know when I've been wet, got caught out in a bit of rain and it's dyed the white bits. That's fine. Under there. I should have maybe got a bigger dish. I don't have anything bigger than this, but I've just put water all over the floor. And we shall use that cloth that I found earlier. There we go. Now the shoulder pads, the hard bits, these have discoloured to yellow slightly. I think it's just a characteristic of the material used, the plastic used. So I'm never going to get that white again using this. Well, that's fine. You think when you're riding, the sun is beaming down, that's the bits that it's going to get. My water's a bit murky, so I'm just going to go and swap that out. Oops. Oops. Now I know there's a lot of motorbike specific or leather specific cleaners that you can buy, and for ease, there's not wrong with using them. There's one that I used to use that was a proper cleaner, but it smelled like vinegar, and it used to make my stomach churn. And to be honest, I'm past buying sort of expensive products. I'd rather just do this. I know it works, and it works for me. Because expensive doesn't always mean good. That was just off the white bit. Ugh. But if you think they do go through a bit of hammering, obviously you're on your bike and then you're getting off, you're sitting on the floor. So yeah, they are going to be quite dirty. You see the difference on them two? Crazy! Just shows how mucky I was. That's probably got ice cream and all sorts on it. Scrub these little knee pads, the little sliders. Now, scuffing wise, I've got a tiny scuff on that edge where I just went and kissed the floor. Oh no, I've got some there as well. Little tiny scuffs. I don't tend to drag my knee. I get the bike over all right. It's just I keep my legs tucked in as opposed to flailing them out and all that jazz. But yeah, little baby scuffs. It's also a good time when you're doing your leather cleaning, your gear cleaning, to just have a look at your wear and tear on your gear, because there will be little scuffs and scrapes and from general use, and then dragging parts and rubbing parts on the bike, all things like that. It's good to keep an eye on. Check your stitching. If your stitching's failing, then that's obviously a cause for concern, because if you did, God forbid, come off, you've got a weak spot on your leathers and they're likely to split with the impact. So it's always good to do a little bit of check-in and make sure you know what's going on with them. And there we are, that's the one piece cleaned. Now, using the concoction that I use, it doesn't leave them super shiny. So there's been people that have said, including myself, which doesn't make it true, shiny leather is not clean leather. Shiny leather has something on it. So this is like a nice, clean, sort of mattish finish, but not like a dull matte that it looks unhealthy. Just a nice, proper finish. Now, I did mention before, I do go in with this leather balsam. I'm not going to do this on my one piece. As I mentioned, it is getting painted, so I don't want to go and put this on, because I'll only have to take it off to paint it, because it'll have a film on it. So we'll put this to one side, and then we'll crack on with this one, and we're going to go in with the leather balsam on that one. Quick coffee break. Milk and 2 sugars for me, because I need sweetening up. So it's been quite a busy Vlogtober this year. I mean, I say it like I've done it before. I've never done Vlogtober before, so it has been pretty chaotic filming every single day. We are down to the last 10 days now. So if there's anything specific that you want me to vlog, video, anything like that, drop it below and I'll see what I can do within the next 10 days. I'm always open to suggestions, so if there's content you want filming, let me know. I have got a few exciting things up my sleeve. Tomorrow's going to be a specifically good day. I've been really looking forward to doing the video that's going live tomorrow. I filmed it yesterday. but I've been really looking forward to doing that for a couple of months. So I really hope that you like that, and I think that'll give you a bit more of a glimpse as to who I am, which is always good. A few more gadgets and exciting things to cover on the next 10 days. But yeah, anything that you want doing, drop it below, please. Let me go and change this water again. So I'll quickly give this one a clean and then we'll go in with the leather balsam. Leather balsam. Not the balsam. There we go. So let's have a look at the line on this one. So this one is detachable, so we can just whip this out. So this is a Frank Thomas jacket. I don't know what model it is. Can we see? No, it doesn't say. Frank. This is Frank Thomas. This is extremely, extremely comfortable. And it does, ooh, key. And it does come in quite small sizes. Quite petite. Oh, does it say there? So it's the Fusion jacket. It says style FT500 Fusion jacket, ladies. And it's lovely. It's really comfortable. It's so soft. Comfortable jacket. And by soft, I don't mean like the actual texture of the leather's like soft. I just mean like smushes like that, which is good because you want it to moulder on your body. So we'll go in with the balsam now, and then we'll do the boots, and then we'll do the lining of the one piece. So this stuff, it says leather balsam, extra quality, cleans, nourishes and protects leather. So it says specifically motorcycle leathers, so you know that's good. It's made from beeswax and jojoba oil. Is it jojoba? Jojoba. Jojoba. The jojoba oil. It helps to waterproof leathers as well. So it says restore original softness and colour and helps with waterproof leather. Use only on smooth leathers. Do not use on suede. May darken some leathers. You get a little sponge, a super soft sponge. Now it is going to make this a little bit shiny. Making sure it's dry. But I don't mind this sort of one having a bit of shine to it. So dab it in a tiny, tiny bit. A bit more than that though. And just work it in. If it's ultra, ultra shiny, like glossy, then you've put too much on. But it will spread if you've put too much. And it just feels so nice. Like this just feels lovely. So it's got like a nice sheen. Not super blingy. Like shiny, shiny. Just enough. And there we go. So trousers I would clean exactly the same way. I would probably apply this to trousers. However, I'd just make sure that it was applied extremely sparingly. And I wiped off any excess because obviously you want to grip your bike. You want to be stuck on your seat. You don't want to be sliding all over. So if you put in any form of sort of wax or anything on your trousers, just make sure you have wiped the excess off. And let's have a look. See what I mean? It's not like super glossy. It probably looks a little bit more glossy on camera actually. That's a little scuff. It's not super glossy, but it just sort of restores it to how it was when I bought it, and I think it looks wonderful. So next up we're just going to have a look at the lining, because that can sort of soak in and do its thing whilst we do the boots. So a little pot, bicarbonate of soda, lemon juice. I'll tip my bicarb in, lemon juice, and we're going to mix it into a paste. See, it's foaming. It's foaming because it's a chemical reaction. And there we have it. It's like a thick, gloopy cake batter. So not a dry paste, because you want it to go into the fabric, but a wet paste. And all we're going to do is just smear it on, slap it on. So obviously your main smelly points are your armpits. Now it can be a little bit hard to get to these, especially 2 at a time, but we just try our best. It will go through your lining, and it will go onto the inside of your leather, onto the other lining that's inside, no doubt. But what we're going to do is we're going to leave it to completely dry, and then it'll brush out or hoover out. That's absolutely fine. You see that? It just looks a little bit manky. And the other side. And remember, this is not a how-to guide. This is a how not to. There we go. So we'll slide that to a side completely whilst we clean the boots. Because depending on how much you've put on is how long it's going to take to dry. So boots are a little bit different. Obviously they're a bit more robust. They've got different type of finish on them as well. You've got a lot of rubber. Toothbrushes are really good for scrubbing. For scrubbing the actual boot. But I'm just going to go with the same thing. I have put slightly more powder in this time. Just because these are extra mucky. You can obviously use proper leather boot polish, anything like that. I always like to do my bike clothes, leathers, shoes, anything like that before winter, just so if there is anything manky on it, it's not going to make it deteriorate over winter. And then when season comes around next year, you've got some nice clean leathers to stick on. This is another a good time to check for wear and tear as well on your boots. So these are the Alpine Star Stella S Max 6 waterproof. So these ones I have had altered. I've had little platforms put on the soles, just obviously because I am vertically challenged. So I've had platforms put in the soles. Also inside, I've got an insole that goes up to there where I'm touching. There, and that's just to help give me a bit of height. So I have got literally a finger length of extra height. But I really struggle with boots. I'm size UK 1.5 to 2. So it's an absolute nightmare trying to find boots that fit. These are the wrong size, but you just sort of make do, don't you? You just go sod it and hope for the best. But these are comfy. They are a bit stiff, and I've ridden in them for a good year, but they are still a bit stiff. They're obviously broken in, just, and then I think it's that one that has an almighty squeak every time I walk, which is embarrassing. So I'm just going to show you my squeaky boot. The only thing I don't like about these is I find these catch. Either when you're walking, normally when there's lots and lots of people around you, it'll happen and it'll make you trip up, or on parts of the bike it catches, and that is horrendous. Back to the squeaky boot, you can put a little bit of silicone spray in or similar into the joint, and that should help it. It hasn't helped with mine, but it should have helped it. And that's that nice and clean. When you're doing your boots with the balm or anything like that, just watch, because there is different textures on the boots. There is going to be rubber on places, obviously plastic as well, so don't pointless putting this stuff on them. And that's the boots done. I'll show you it. Da-da-da. Few scuffs on them and things, but at least they're all clean and sorted. So I'm just going to make another coffee, have another coffee break, and then that should be dry. And we are ready to rock and roll. So this stuff does get everywhere when it's dried. It just sort of flings all over. But you can tell it's dry because the fabric isn't wet. It sort of crumbles off really easily. It's not like stuck to the fabric anymore. So we're just going to go straight in with a hoover and just hoover it. That's the easiest way. No way. Only found a fiver. Woohoo! Yay! It's a little Brucey bonus. I will put that back in when I finish hoovering. And there we go. So, you see that? If it is still a little bit white, like the bicarb is stuck in, just keep hoovering and it will come off. It's just maybe where it's not dried as well, but smell test, literally a million times better. It doesn't even smell that lemony. Just doesn't really smell of anything. That feels good. This one's still slightly damp, so we'll let that dry a little bit more. You can just feel it like a bit of a layer. But once that's hung up in the water, it's going to dry off anyway. There's none of the actual mixture left on. That just feels completely normal. That one feels a bit weird, the other side, because it's still damp. It has like a layer on it, but that one feels completely fine. So, sweet smelling leathers. Put that fiver back in my pocket. That's a cup of coffee somewhere. So there we have it, just some basic cleaning for your bike gear. We've done one piece lining, jacket and boots. And then next season will be nice and sparkling. So I'm still riding over winter, but I will wear waterproof gear, not leather gear, because I don't want my leathers getting absolutely sopping, because it can affect the integrity of them. You can also alter the sizing slightly, just makes it shrink a little bit. So yeah, I'll be in waterproofs. Drop a comment below. Are you going to be riding in winter if you ride bikes? I mean, you might just be here because you like bikes, and that's absolutely fine. If you are riding bikes, are you going to be out over winter, or are you packing up? Are the bike keys hung up for winter and the bike locked away? I'm quite excited. So this will be the first year that I've ridden over winter. It's not something that I normally do, but I'm quite excited because I think I need to do it personally to help build my confidence a bit of riding in the wet. I'm not confident at all riding in the wet, and that stems from my first year of riding. I think it was one of my first rides when I'd passed my test. It was on the Gixxer, and I had I had a lot of a sketchy moment. I didn't come off, but the bike just sort of, the back end like flicked down, like skidded, and then the bike just went and just sort of slipped all over, and it absolutely, it terrified me, genuinely terrified me. And now, if it's raining, I categorically will not go out for a ride, and if it rains whilst I'm out for a ride, I'll usually park up and wait for the rain to pass. So that's something that I really need to work on, because if I book a track day in and it's raining, I still need to be able to ride and confidently. Otherwise, it's going to be a wasted track day. So that's what I'll be working on, and I'm looking forward to taking you guys along with the ride, because there's probably going to be a few sketchy moments. But as always, thank you for taking time out of your very important lives to watch my videos. I hope even one tiny bit of today was a little bit useful for you. And like I said, I can't wait for you to see tomorrow's video vlog. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hype. Got a lot of new subscribers. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful to existing subscribers and just everyone that watches. So thank you. And I shall see you tomorrow for my exciting video. Goodbye.